Peace and love, family. It's your girl, Sixthegoddis. And keep in mind, I'm a goddess and I'm sensitive about my shift. Hope y'all doing well. I am doing amazing. I wanted to come give some commentary as well as some insight on, by now a lot of people have heard about the guilty verdict for Nature Boy, aka Eligio Bishop is his name, Eligio Bishop. And he has received a life sentence for his antics, and I want to discuss my thoughts on that, and I want to discuss my thoughts on the whole pro-black woke polygamist culty community-ish vibe in general, because for me, I'm sure all my natural haired sisters understand when you have natural hair, you attract those woke polygamists for some reason. Like they be, and it's like, oh, the level of cringe. So I have some experience as people attempting to promote me into polygamous situations multiple times. I hate the word woke and pro-black and all that, but to help y'all understand the vibes, it happens. And there's patterns that I notice, and there's conversations that need to be had about this, because this is just getting out of control at this point. Okay. Between Nature Boy going to jail and Brother Polite, like there's an underlying issue here that we need to talk about. So I'm gonna give my thoughts and commentary on that. Now, before I give my thoughts and commentary on that, ladies, what are y'all doing? Check out today's glam look. Okay. It's giving what it's supposed to have given. So if you've been under a rock, then you don't know I have a women's only Patreon. In this women's only Patreon, I get ready for all my recorded and live content live. And while I'm getting ready, do my makeup, do my hair, we have girls talk about different subjects. Sometimes we do Q&A. It's a really great time. Most of my content now is private paid content. So I have tons of exclusive Patreon videos only to be seen there. We have get-togethers. We have movie nights. We have a Discord group chat that is lit. We spill tea, we key. It's just a great community of solution-oriented women who want to be their best selves, who want to look good. We discuss health, beauty, fitness, money, you name it. It's a great, just the best word is just, community of like-minded women. So if you're tired of being mean and ugly, come to death row. Honey, I do it for you. I also have a second Patreon that is for men and women. It's for everybody. And it's called 6 at 6. It's patreon.com/6at6. I will have the link to both Patreons in the description box. And it's a once a week weekly show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. where I go live and I might discuss different, viral things from that week. I might react to certain content. I might just do something random. Just a really great live show is there. So come join the guys gang there as well. Now, it's going to be really hard for me. I have a lot of screen shares I want to do. But honestly, it's going to be pretty hard for me to do this because there is so much lingo in this case, and I don't want my video getting demonetized. So, I'm going to first show a video that I found that pretty much breaks down in the entirety of what this is. Because I know some people have not heard of this man. They haven't heard of what's going on. So my very short synopsis is Nature Boy is a polygamist who had a bunch of people in the woods in Costa Rica talking about a polygamous community. Apparently he was, not nice to his multiple wives. One of them attempted to escape. When she did, he, when she got her to come back and raped her. Apparently after that he released some type of revenge corn. It's a lot, just a very manipulative, very not nice type of person. So it's so hard for me to really like. I have a clip of him that I wanted to show you all because to me it really personifies like what he's about really well. However, I feel like he talking crazy in there and I just don't know how to, I don't want to put that in my video. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll post the link to this video of his in the description box. So y'all can go watch it yourself and get kind of a vibe of how he would treat the women. He would make the women beat each other up. You know what I'm saying? He would pit them against each other, which essentially is how polygamy gets started in the first place. Okay. It really is not about the man, because some brothers see it and they're like, oh, he was living the life. He has multiple wives. How did he do that? Blase squatta. It wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh my God, he was just the most finest man in the world, and that's how he was able to do this. He cracked the code in which he knows it's all about competition anxiety amongst women. As much as they promote, you know, women in their feminine energy, they actually do not go for women in their feminine energy. They go for masculine women because they're competitive, and they pick the women against each other. And that's how they're able to get away with this, period. And I'll break that down a little bit more later on. And I will also share a story, a funny story about my experience almost being recruited for a polygamist situation myself. Now, this video is not to judge, okay? Do you, boo-boo? If you are polygamous, if you practice it, do you? Who am I to judge? You do what you want. My issue with polygamy, though I think it can be a beautiful thing that can help keep nations going in certain times or when certain things are going on, do I think it's something that is realistic to practice nowadays? Absolutely not. Because in order for the reason why most institutions have stopped doing polygamy is, number one reason, it has maleffects on the children involved. Okay. That's why the Mormons stopped doing it. That's why many people have stopped doing it. It hurts the children at the end of the day. For polygamy to work, the entire community would have to be polygamous, and you'd have to be conditioned for it from a child. You cannot have one woman here in this house with her own husband, then have a woman next door sharing her husband. It creates discontent. I personally have never seen these polygamous situations be healthy, sustainably long-term. They normally last a max of between 1 to maybe 3 to maybe 5 years. And then there's always this huge blow up, because in my opinion, it's hard enough for a one-on-one monogamous couple to digest each other's emotions and conflict and their health, let alone having, 5 or 6 people involved. It just gets complicated, right? I know I've had a lot of women I've counseled and worked with who, really told themselves that they were poly. Even though in my opinion, poly would mean the women would have other men and the men would have other women. The concept of poly where the man has multiple women, but all the women are solely dependent on this one man for all their needs, spiritual, physical, financial, sexual. I've never seen that work out long-term. Somebody always ends up getting sick of it. They end up escaping. Some women spend a lot of time telling themselves that, yes, I am totally cool with watching my man stick his penis in someone else. It does not bother me. And then 10 years later, she's developing fibroids and issues because she has held so much contempt and pain in her womb because she's trying to tell herself that this makes her happy to make the man happy. And that works when you're young and cute, and it works for a short period of time. But as life goes on, as you go through different phases in life, I've never seen this be healthy on a woman and children in long run. So in my opinion, if I was single and dating present day and I'm a woman, I'm running from any man who mentions poly, not because of judging it, but because I think men who talk that way are unrealistic. And in my opinion, one of the most important traits a man needs to have to be a good husband, father, and leader of a household is to be realistic and down to earth. And for our ancestors who have fought for us to make the progress that we've made, here in this country, and to be really the first free generation to be able to invest and have bank accounts and build wealth. And I use the term free lightly, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I think it's very selfish to be like, oh, first generation out, first generation free. First thing on the list, I want 3 bitches. Where's the bitches? Your first thought is not, building generational greatness. Your first thought is not healing our relationships as Black men and women. You're like, thanks, ancestors. My first form of business, where's the bitches? And I don't like the concept of, you have the white man's paperwork for everything else. And all of a sudden I'm not getting married. It's the white man's. Well, you need to be exempt from the white man in totality. You can't pick and choose, if and when you want to be with the white man. When we look at the cost of things present day, it's not realistic. Polygamy typically was exercised for one of many reasons, but mainly 2 reasons. Number one, the man was either so rich and so abundant and in so much of a surplus to where it would have been selfish of him to only have one woman and one set of children benefit from all the wealth. Or polygamy was practiced in times where we were going to war and the men were being slaughtered in boatloads. And so polygamy was practiced so that the women still had a man in the home and a protector to look after them. But outside of that, in my opinion, I don't see any benefit to it for the women. And it has been actually proven that it has negative effects on the children. So to me, when a man in 2024 talking about polygamy, when eggs is $10 and all this, good eggs, real eggs are $10, to me, he just has a high, intimate appetite that he does not know how to digest properly. And it's all about intercourse. And polygamy, intercourse is at the very bottom of the list on what polygamy is supposed to be about. When I see a man be excited about polygamy, that also tells me it's also about intimacy more so than about the benefits of it. Because why are you excited about having every dollar you have go to supporting multiple women and multiple kids in multiple households? Okay, this new age thing where, from what I've seen for most men who recruit on polygamy, they're telling the women, oh, there's not enough men out here for all the women. There's 40 women to every one man. That's a lie. For every healthy and sound-minded wife, there is a husband. It doesn't matter if there's 20 women to every one man when 18 of them are emotionally and mentally unstable. 18 of them are not called and fit to be a wife. So that's untrue, but that's how they scare a lot of women into getting into it and try to convince you that, oh my God, and scare you like, oh, you ain't gonna be able to find your own man. Please stop. Yes, you will. You absolutely will. Okay. From what I've seen, the men who practice polygamy, how they recruit girls is they find girls in many different situations. They mostly will target struggling single moms that have daughters. That's a whole nother story we'll talk about. They'll target women who don't have citizenship. They will target broke, very poor women estranged from their families. That's who they tend to go for. Okay. Let me share my screen. I want to bring up, so there was one of the, I guess somebody who, what does it say? I guess one lady who, I guess she found out about Nature Boy online, and she went to try to, join the group and everything like that. And I think so. In this video, she's going to talk about how she quickly caught on, like, okay, this might not be giving what I thought it was going to give. I thought I was just going to hear, woke rhetoric in the woods and eat vegan food. I didn't know it was going to be all this. So let me play this for y'all so we can kind of get an idea, for those of you who don't know, of what's going on here. So the man you see here on the screen, that is Nature Boy, if y'all, didn't know what he looks like.
In jail facing several charges. His name is Eligio Bishop, but he's known as Nature Boy. According to DeKalb County jail records, he's charged with rape.
So this frame they just showed right here, this is outside a club here in Atlanta called Boogaloo, which him and all his wives showed up with feathers in their head trying to go inside. And Boogaloo, which Boogaloo is a ratchet club, okay? If they don't let you walk into Boogaloo, you fucked up, okay, period. And then they had another video I saw where they was trying to get on a Spirit flight. And the Spirit employees was like, y'all stink. When Boogaloo in Atlanta and Spirit Airlines won't let you patronize them because you just too stinking weird, that's how you know the level this is. Spirit would not let them on. The airline where when you ride with them, you damn near become a spirit. Even they was like, no thanks.
But he's known as Nature Boy. According to DeKalb County jail records, he's charged with rape, false imprisonment, and sending sexually explicit messages without the consent of the person in the picture. Bishop and the followers of the Carbon Nation cult have a reported history dating back several years. New tonight at 11, a former member is speaking to Paula Suro about the time with the group, and Paula is joining us live from the DeKalb County jail where Bishop is being held right now.
So now we'll hear the sister's commentary on her experience.
Yeah, Jennifer, Erica Carroll tells me she is glad Bishop is behind bars tonight. She tells me she believes that him being in jail is only going to help open the eyes to the current members of Carbon Nation. What would you call it? A group? A cult? Would you call it a cult?
I call it a cult now, yes. Yes, I do.
A Facebook post convinced Erica Carroll to move from New York to Honduras in 2006 to embark on a life-changing experience, one where she was told she'd be able to build a new community, eat vegan food, and be in touch with nature.
It was just in a place in my life where I was just searching for some spiritual truth.
The group back then was known as Melanation. Carol says it was led by Eligio Bishop, who went by Nature Boy. She says all 9 of them were forced to sleep in tents, use restrooms outside, and attend long meetings to, quote, face your demons.
It was a lot of verbal and mental abuse.
But after 1 year, what got her to leave was when she says she witnessed Bishop hit his girlfriend at the time.
This is them outside of Boogaloo, y'all. Okay. Not outside one of the most ratchet clubs in Atlanta. Even they didn't want them in there. So the girl saying that she witnessed him put his hands on one of the girls. Okay.
He slapped her up and punched her a couple of times, and then he told her to go in the tent and give him oral sex.
So you see, that's part of the humiliation. That's part of how you break somebody's, humanity and create some type of like cognitive dissonance because he refers to himself as as Jesus. He tells everyone that he's Jesus. So I feel like, those are part of his tactics to kind of break people because he's convinced them that he's Jesus reborn.
So that was the breaking point for me.
But walking away, she realized, was easier than going back home.
I had to check myself into a couple of hospitals and get my mind right. I was seeing spirits. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Like I was going through a lot, and it was all connected to him though.
Carol says since leaving in 2007, the cult, now known as Carbon Nation, turned more abusive and sexual. She says for some, it wasn't as easy to leave.
He has the women fighting each other. He's put his hand on the men. He always said that he wanted like a lot of wives. Like he want 10 wives.
He's had a history of charges before his arrest this week. Carol remembers being in Costa Rica when she says he was accused of kidnapping a Canadian woman who was staying with them. Now, Carol tells me.
So when he kidnapped that Canadian woman, that's where he really messed up because, Canadian means Caucasian. Okay. So he thought he had it. That's where he really messed up. Once he sat there and, decided, you know what, I am going to go get this white Canadian girl child. That was it right there. So now some people feel like because he has been sentenced to life in prison, okay, and the charges are I believe it's for grape, it's for revenge, porn. And some people were like, oh, well, a life sentence for that? Not so fast. Okay. First of all, I'm sorry, but a man like him need to be in jail for life. I'm sorry. He has serious mental issues. He's not in touch with reality. He's not here. A man like him, he's never going to stop. Matter of fact, he's going to run that jail. Mark my words. Nothing will stop him. Anywhere you put him, he will manipulate people. This man has serious mental problems. So I'm all here for him going to jail for life because it's all funny and it's all, oh, mind your business. Black man has got until that's your daughter in this damn cult. Okay. And you can't find her and can't get her. So to me, I don't feel no way about that life sentence because he wanted people, baby. He need to be in there for life. Now, the problem is he's so delusional. He had a plea deal. I think he had a plea deal for like 5 or 6 years he could have got. And him being woke and delusional decided, oh, no, I don't want the plea deal. I'm going to go to trial. Okay. So then he had to go to trial and have all the people that he raped and did everything else to actually come testify. So needless to say, of course, he was found guilty. Now he got a life sentence. I don't feel bad for him. Don't ever do that. Now, if you know you guilty and they don't give you a 5-year plea deal, oh, I would have been, where do I sign? Go ahead and sign. Okay. And so he is also homosexual. Okay. He does, gay for play and everything like that. So I'm sure he will have all the bussies that he want in jail. He gonna run that jail. He ain't gonna do nothing but move that cult straight to prison. That's what he gonna do. So now I want to show you all the judge that sentenced him, and I want to show you all what she said because it was very bone chilling. Okay. This is what she had to say as a criminal judge in DeKalb County. So I'm sure she's seen it all.
I would probably
Now this volume is a little bit low. Let me make sure this volume is all the way up. Okay, the volume is low, so y'all, go ahead and turn your volume up a little bit so you can hear.
I would have been inclined to exercise some discretion had Mr. Bishop shown any remorse, guilt, or regret.
So she's saying she would have been easy on him had she seen some type of remorse, because the whole time during the trial, he was laughing. He was like making fake pow signs at the victims testifying. He was just doing the most. Okay. Everybody know you on trial. You better act like you're a superstar, baby. Even if you're not, honey, you better act like it. Okay. So that's what she means. He was in the courtroom just wilding, being very difficult the whole time.
This process, and I saw nothing during the trial but for him laughing and cutting up and looking shocked and surprised at all of the testimony. Mr. Bishop, you're a master manipulator and probably the classic definition of a narcissist that I've ever seen.
She said the most classic definition of a narcissist she's ever seen. Being a criminal judge in DeKalb County. Now, if y'all don't know what DeKalb County is in Atlanta, it's pretty much the hood county. Okay, I'm going to keep it real. All right. It's just the hood county of Atlanta. So for her to be a criminal judge in DeKalb, talking about, oh, this is the most narcissistic I've ever seen. Oh, man. Buddy wildin'.
You took advantage of these folks who were essentially lost souls looking.
Now, this part I disagree with. I'm going to be honest with y'all. The people that get recruited into these cults, I don't necessarily look at them as, oh, poor, innocent, lost souls. That is not the case. We're going to get into that next, about the type of people that get caught up in this and who they really are. Okay. So I disagree with her about that. That is not what they are. Am I, condoning what he did to people? Absolutely not. But what I'm not going to do is sit and say that the people that get involved in this activity are just, oh my God, they are so innocent. And how could you do that? Now, that ain't the case. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about.
For some guidance, looking for some connection, or looking for some comfort, and you were able to fill a void for them for some reason.
Oh, I'll tell you the reason.
But in the process, you completely took advantage of them and have caused potentially, I hope not, but potentially irreparable harm. I hope that all of the victims will be able at some point in time to recover from this and to find some type of peace in their lives. And maybe the verdict will help in that regard. But I hope you all are able to move on at some point and find some peace, whatever that is for you. So with that, I am going to follow the recommendation of the state in this case. On the rape, he'll be sentenced to life without the possibility of parole.
Woo!
Followed by 10 years consecutive for the false imprisonment.
Woo! Boy.
And on the internet porn, count 3, 12 months to serve. Concurrent to the false imprisonment. The internet porn, I'll run concurrent to the false imprisonment. Internet, 5 years. So it's 12 months on count 3, 5 years on count 4, and 5 years on count 5. All of that will run concurrent to the false imprisonment. But the false imprisonment is consecutive. So it's life without parole plus 10 years. And hopefully he will never be able to take advantage of anybody else again. Oh, he will, baby. Baby, don't worry about it, okay? Oh, he will, baby. With a personality like that, I'm telling y'all right now, he gonna be in jail. He gonna be in jail, running the jail. Trust and believe. So now, how they get men to participate in these
in these cults is actually through the women as well. It's all about the women. Okay. Women need to understand wherever you are, people consider that blessings and prosper is there. They think it's safe wherever women are. That's why, you know, when people with cults like this, he'll have the women recruit other women for the group. You get what I'm saying? They do this on purpose so that he gets the men in the group, because the men see him with all the wives and look up to him like, wow, if I be like him, I'll have all these wives too. So the women are the catalyst in this, which is reason number 5076 why I don't allow women to speak on themselves as a victim. You're not. Okay, because the women were actually the catalyst in most of this. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Okay, if it wasn't for them and their participation, most of this could have never happened. I would love for women to take our power back in that way and stop being reactive to everything that happens to us and start to have, you know, more responsibility in how you can change outcomes that you claim you don't like and you don't want. Now, you know, the women got up there and testified. He still has some wives right now, even though he is in jail and he has been found guilty. He still does have some dodo birds. So apparently he calls himself like the God three, and he makes them all do this thing like this. It's either like this or something like that. And every time he talked, they like, and it reminded me of birds. Like they all do like this. I don't know how it goes. Something like this or something. And he'll be like, yes, there ain't no such thing as white people because everybody is shades of brown. And little bird, they be like, and I'm like, oh, there might be a birds. It just might be a little bird, little dumb bird. Just, yeah, looking for bread. So you're going to see the main wife now. You're going to see her. Where is it? Her and her other, I guess, two sister wives, pretty much like antagonizing the women who got up there and, you know, testified. So I'm going to show you how he speaks to the women on how he gets them to pretty much keep all this going. You know, so the first wife he had was a girl named Velvet. Now, let me tell you about women who get caught up in these polygamist cults. A lot of women that get caught up in these cults are opportunists. I'm just going to call it like I see it. I have seen it 1,000 times. For example, the other wife he had, the main wife before Velvet, when she went to the colony, she had a man already. Okay, she already had a man, got there and wanted to get with Nature Boy because he was the leader and things like that. The women that get caught up in these cults are the women who are always looking to monkey branch most of the time. It's the women who don't want to be responsible for themselves and their own well-being. So when a man come along, talk about a bunch of wives, even looking like he's some, you know, whatever Nature Boy was, some successful content creator, rapper, I don't understand what he was. They go for it, okay? And nothing will put you in a bad situation more than being an opportunist. Whenever you try to cheat the system, like, oh, I'm just going to go run up under this person to get what I want, not caring about the expense of other people, it never works well. When it started with the girl Velvet before, he also had a wife. She had a man. You think she cared about his current wife and cared about encroaching in on her territory and her relationship? They don't. So the poly girls, I'm always leery of them as well. Like I said, I don't disagree with poly. I'm talking about how it looks present day and how they typically move. They don't care. They could be with a man right now. Let that poly man come along, look like he got some money, look like he got an opportunity. She will leave that one man and go to him. So I personally don't look at the women caught up in these situations as necessarily victims. I do understand brainwashing and all that stuff, but speaking on how they initially get attracted into these situations normally is by being an opportunist. And for the women who are not that way, they tend to get out quickly, like old girl we just saw in the video a minute ago. She got in there, saw him doing all that, and she was like, oh, let me get up out of here. So to me, a woman like that, yes, she doesn't align with this. Okay, that's why she got up out of there. But the women who stay in it, and I'm going to show you one of the wives and what she did, honey, that's just who they are. Okay. That's why I don't save hoes, because you can't save them. This is what they want. I'm sorry. It is. This is who they are. So now I'm going to show you the other wives. And this is how they keep the women in the group and keep them in check. They keep them in check by pitting them against each other, telling one, he has a video where he's like, oh, Malia's my new wife now because her PUSSY is better than Velvet's and this, that, and the third. I'm like, he got it to a T. He knows. He has figured it out on how you really get women to ride for you like that. You always keep them in that competition of looking for your approval to I'm better than her. That's all they be wanting at the end of the day. So this is what the current wives, as he's on trial, there has been testimonies, evidence, he's found guilty. This is what the birds talk about. This is what they doing.
There's no solid proof of anything. Now, how do you give somebody a life sentence when there is no proper evidence?
Y'all see the little sign she holding up? The little thing, like whenever they agree with some, that's a little sign I'm talking about. So she holding up the whole time, trying to represent for her man, honey. I'm gonna do a good job, y'all. Let me put up my little sign. I'm representing for my man in jail, baby.
No real concrete, nothing.
Yeah. I know how it can look, somebody going up there crying, this happened to me. And it's like, damn, if this bitch saying this happened to her, then that's why you got to look at the motive. We need to push that motive. Those videos got that motive. I'm going to tell you why I left. I couldn't be queen.
Yeah.
I'm not made to be in the background. You have to look at the motive.
Yeah.
Why are they doing this?
Yeah.
If it's not true, why are they doing it?
Yeah.
But they won't let us play none of the videos. They wouldn't let us play none of Mr. Bishop's characters, but they sitting here playing videos of him saying one little thing. You don't even know what
You don't know what he was talking
talking
in that
about.
context.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Play the video.
So now
So y'all
tomorrow,
kind of get the vibes, okay? Let me go ahead and say this, and this is gonna sound bad, but it just got to be said, because for the women who already are involved in these lifestyles, it is what it is. You cannot say these hoes are gonna do what they want, but this video, in my perspective, is more so on how to prevent girls from getting caught up in this. And for the girls who do choose this lifestyle, how to make sure you protect yourself in it. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all right now, red flag is when a man say, oh, I don't want you wearing no nails, no makeup, no weave. I don't care what no one say. I understand men love our natural beauty. Love that for you as well. I love Black women's natural beauty, but you're a girl, and part of being a girl, we want to play in makeup. We want to paint our nails. We want to do our hair. The way that they are able to dictate the women that they will be able to take full advantage of and get that blind trust and loyalty from, the way they do it is if they can get you to sit there and take off all the weave, all the makeup, all the nails, and never wear it. I don't care if it's a formal event. I don't care if you have, they want you to never wear it ever. They know if I can strip her from her essence as a woman, as a girl, if I can strip that from her, I can make her do anything. So it means no, never mind to a man. You as a girl, you're a woman. If you want to wear makeup sometime, you want to get your nails done. I'm not saying you got to wear 10 pounds of weave and 10 pounds of makeup every day. I don't even do that. I don't advocate for that. But what I'm saying is when they don't never, ever want you to ever have a nail polish, a weave, never have a piece of makeup, a lash, I don't care what no one say. It's a red flag. Men don't even care about that. Your man supposed to be like, honey, as long as you look good. They don't even really care about makeup. They care about bad makeup. But this is what you need to look for. When they go to talking about, oh, why you wear all that? You beautiful without it. That is already the sign there's going to be maltreatment. Why? Because, honey, just go get a girl who don't wear any of that because she don't know how to. Just go get a girl who that's already not her stilo. But when they find a girl who is girly, wants to participate in all of the things, and they want to convince you not to do it, red flag, run as fast as you can. I'm telling you right now, because why do you care? Okay, you worry about the wrong thing. Long as it look good, long as it's giving what it's supposed to give, don't worry about it. Okay. So now, here I'm about to show you all now Nature Boy's reaction to hearing his life sentence. And the reason why I want you to hear this is because, once again, this is part of the manipulation tactic. I think the word love is overused. People don't even know what love is. Love is the result of bonding, respect, and things of that nature. Too many times people want love to be the cause of things instead of the result of things. And in my opinion, is a word that people use to weaponize things all of the time. And I want you all to listen to this is Nature Boy after he has just found out that he is going to pass away in a cell. This is what comes out of his mouth.
Come on up to the, if you do, come on up to the podium. And we'll swear you in.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to test this that you gotta give the truth? For sure. At all times.
All right, what is it you?
Now, if you as a woman can work past this stupid word, okay, and not let this word be used to manipulate you, you'll be winning. Watch this.
Like me to consider?
I just want to say something to all of them.
Well,
I just want to say.
Just direct it to me, please, not to.
I'll direct it to you. I'll direct it to you.
Okay.
Are you happy? Are you happy?
I'm not answering any questions of yours, Mr.
I forgive you. I forgive you, and I still.
You forgive them.
I forgive you, and I still love you.
So imagine as a woman the power you have when they try to hit you with that. But I genuinely love you. Love you, boy. Swap that. I don't care about that. Now what? Okay. You know, once you get rid of that word, that really is only to stroke your ego. Because what does that even mean? Okay. Love. Okay. Love is an action. Okay. It's a consistency. So it's amazing how he weaponizes that word to keep this control. After everything has happened, you have just been found guilty. The first thing out your mouth is, I forgive you and I still love you. Boy, please. If more women would just roll your eyes when a man says, I love you, child. And what else? Okay. Tina Turner, sing it to him. Okay. What's love got to do with it, honey? So I'm showing you this so you pay attention to the manipulation tactics.
I got no.
Don't care about that.
I'm mad at you. I'm not upset with you. I forgive you. I want you to know I still love you and forgive you. And kiss my baby girl and let her know I love you.
Look how many times he said it.
And I love y'all. I would never, I don't have no, I promise you, you know how I am. In my heart, you know how I am. I still love you.
Boy, bye. Nobody
I
cares.
got that.
And no hate.
Okay.
No hate.
Is there anything else?
My heart light as a feather. I promise you, I love you and I'm still here. I ain't miss one lick. I see what y'all doing, and I want you to know I forgive you. And I see y'all in the end.
All right, thank you.
Anyway, sir, go to hell. Nobody want to hear that. So that's what it's about. Okay. The most dangerous place for a woman to be is in her ego when it comes to, you know, your relationships with the opposite sex, because it's the quickest way to end up in a bad situation. The person can have no consistent actions behind their words, yet you'll still be there enabling their behavior and being nothing but a piece of supply for them, all based upon you better than her, you prettier than her, I love you. Now I want you all to take a good look at this woman here. This is one of his first like main chick wives. She helped to recruit a lot of the other women who are now in the group. And I want you to take a very good look at the face of the man who is next to her. So, you know, Velvet has, she's one of them girls who harms herself for attention. You know, if y'all don't know, I tell you all the time, listen, one thing a man got to have is respect. One thing a woman has to have is adoration and to feel beautiful. She must feel that. Women must have adoration and attention. If they don't, them be the meanest, ugliest girls where no one's adoring them. No one's paying them no attention. They just be the worst. It's something that, you know, women have to have. And a lot of women are not taught how to seek that in a healthy way. So instead they misbehave and self-sabotage and harm themselves for attention. Meanwhile, we can never figure out a way that we have never seen a time where feeling bad for a woman has made her better or helped her. Feeling bad for women is like the worst thing that you can do. And it really is self-righteous just to make yourself feel better. Like, oh, I feel bad. But it doesn't get the woman anywhere. So Velvet is 100% reminds me of one of those girls who she wants adoration, she wants attention, but she gets it in the worst ways. She gets it by continuously putting herself in hurtful situations. So, you know, she sung all of these songs about how she escaped Nature Boy. She barely escaped. She was plotting how she was so brave and she had to get out of there. And now she's with this new guy. So she leaves Nature Boy. Okay. Take a good look at this picture. So she leaves Nature Boy, the quote unquote leader of the cult. And does any of the faces on this picture here for y'all look familiar? Okay. So this right here is Nature Boy. And if we look to his right, when we use the term right-hand man, do you all recognize this yellow fella here? Okay. Does this yellow fella look familiar? It should, because you just saw him next to Velvet in the thumbnail I just showed you. Shout out to this channel. It's called Real Life Productions, I think. Street Stars, Real Life Productions, I believe. Shout out to them. So this is why I don't save hoes. Girls like Velvet are agents of chaos. They love it. They love putting themselves in bad situations they know are bad to get more attention. They thrive off of people feeling bad for them. They thrive off of people, you know, pat him on the back like, oh, you're so brave, you did that. And they will seek scenario after scenario to get that level of validation. So she went from one poly cult leader to his right-hand man. Okay. When she got there, she was with one man already and got with Nature Boy. This is what I mean by these girls be chaotic opportunists. Whoever they think can put them some money in their pocket, put them in a better place. They will use one man to make the next man jealous. That's my opinion. My opinion is she's with him to make Nature Boy mad. You know, they call Nature Boy the narcissist. To me, these women involved, they're also the narcissist. It's no different. And it's all good, right? When you're in your ego, this man, you're about to watch him stroke her ego. Once again, another tactic that they use to get women to participate in this and pit them against each other. You're about to see him do it now. When a man knows he can have your nose wide open and have full access to you, and all he got to do is stroke your ego, which is free, you are screwed. Okay. The minute that, you know, I would never be so arrogant. I've seen a man, he got 3 baby mamas and don't somehow convince you that the baby mamas was the problem, but you so beautiful and you so fine that, oh, but baby, I want to be with you. And there are women who can see a trail of tears behind a man, see all the hearts he broke, see all the people he let down, all the women he disappointed. And there are women who will line up. I've seen women be a man's 10th baby mama, have his 10th child. I've seen it. Now, we don't really see that the other way around. For most men, a man will look and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? If she messed up with him or she ain't with him, you know, I ain't shit either. So what am I going to do? Men don't technically do that most of the time, but women do. You will see the trail and you'll sign up to be next because you love the attention. You love the chaos. You're egotistical. You're narcissistic. That's how it goes. Okay. So she goes and gets with his right-hand man, I guess, to spite him. And it's all cool when he struck her ego, but just please watch this clip.
Now, before I step up and step out or anything like that, I want to do.
Now I'm gonna put y'all up on a little bit of game real quick before we go any further, okay? If whenever a nigga look at you like this, and he put his arm around you and do like this and look at you like this, he finna say some bullshit. Brace yourself, brace for impact, okay? This is the look of a nigga that's finna say some bullshit, okay? Ladies, your man ever look like this? Oh, girl, put your seatbelt on. It's going down.
Do a reveal about something. Someone else tried to do this for me. And I would like to take the matters into our hands by giving my wife the honors of doing a certain reveal that I'm sure you talk about they hate us now. Let's see. I love this. Love this.
It's touchy for me because of the situation and where I've come from, how I grew.
There go that dumbass love word. And here she go, wanting to paint the victim to get attention, people to feel bad for her. Well, you know, because my upbringing and things I went through in my childhood. Girl, we don't care about that. Everybody got problems. And now look at you, about to sit here and cause the same chaos for your children. This is what I mean by dysfunctions are carried through the women. Okay, because as much as she in our ear every chance she get crying about my childhood, she's over here now. She got 2 children from a polygamous cult leader, on her way for her third with the next wannabe polygamous cult leader. Bullshit. And that's why y'all girls don't like women who don't fall for your shit, because you'll see this and say, you're victim shaming, you're so mean. Reality, oh my God, y'all are on to us. So listen to her. My family, my childhood. Girl, please.
What I've experienced, but what I do know is that I don't regret anything in this moment or moving forward or what I've done in the
Where's
past.
the violin music?
So we are 7 weeks pregnant.
Woo!
She say, we are 7 weeks pregnant because you don't have a fake wedding ceremony, okay, in the middle of the woods in the backyard of your house, talking about you're my wife now, okay, because y'all don't sat there and poured some grapeseed oil over y'all foreheads together, talking about some, okay, now we married. And now you over here pregnant by your baby daddy friend, acting as though you're the victim here, when the truth is, we know why you really doing this, honey. Okay. And that's why you won't get a piece of sympathy from me. Oh, but see, this is why you don't sit and make these bad decisions over and over for attention, because it can go left. Exhibit A. Watch this. Oh my God, the ghetto. I'm so sorry, y'all. We have a family plan for YouTube Premium, but it doesn't work on my account. I swear.
We gotta be able to celebrate more life.
Oh my God.
We got to celebrate more life.
I'm happy about it personally, because I feel like the first 2 pregnancies that I had was robbed from me in a sense. And I feel like,
y'all, why did I not get the soft violin music ready to play for this sob story? Okay. We do not care, but y'all just keep watching. There's a point here.
This pregnancy, I get to experience it in a way that I never have before. And it's healing me, and it's healing things that I went through as a child, regardless of the he say, she say. I just am grateful for the connection and the bond that is here, what he's has already done for the children that I do have. And so I see it to work. I feel it to work. And so it is working.
Here's what I know for sure. Pregnancy is a beautiful thing, and it's supposed to be fun. When the mother of my child was pregnant, I had a blast. What makes it not fun is when people are selfish and when people only care about themselves. So I know y'all are gonna have a blast. And a father is a person who helps you make the baby, but a daddy is a person who pours into your children. He looks like a daddy. So I want to congratulate you both. Hey, man.
People wonder why I allow Eliana to call you daddy.
We can't wait to.
You heard what she said? She said, people wonder why I allow Eliana, which is her daughter, to call you daddy. Oh, yeah, honey. Oh, you love this opportunity trying to, your baby daddy. Oh, you love that. Okay, you love that. It's all. See how they be so manipulative, but they play so coy and innocent. Like, oh my God, they wonder why I allow, ma'am. Okay, this is another element of this we have to talk about real quick before we get into the rest of this. When y'all be in these poly situations with these daughters, Okay. And y'all let these men come in talking about poly, my wife. There is a very high probability, them woke men talking about poly. There is a very high probability that, when you're dealing with a man like that who is so insatiable, if you get the drift of where I'm going, he got to have 5 wives, because nobody cheat more than a poly man. I'd be like, now how you got 3-4 wives and still trying to cheat? How you got 3-4 wives and still popping up with outside babies, other places? Like, that's wild. Most of the time you're dealing with a man where there is a high tendency that he has actual deviancy. A big part of a man being a man is knowing how to control his inner beast. Okay. When a man knows how to restrain himself, and things like that, that is healthy. So when you're dealing with these poly guys, I cringe when I see y'all with these daughters go from poly to poly, inviting these men into y'all bedroom. Okay. Because the reality is there is a high probability that they're getting with you with these daughters because they're wanting to groom these girls. Okay. I have seen it many times. Brother Polite just entered the chat. Perfect example. Okay. So it is so irresponsible when I see y'all with these little girls invite these men in, because, honey, if you think that a man poly like this who can't help himself and needs to have all these women, if you think once your daughter, you think he won't start eyeballing your daughter, you're insane. It's extremely negligent, and all for your ego, all for your opportunities that you feel you're going to get from this situation, right? So her talking about, oh, I allow Ileana to call you daddy, that's very dangerous. Okay, very dangerous. I don't want to speak nothing on that beautiful little girl, but this is terrifying, knowing that this narcissistic woman is her mom, putting her kids in horrible situation after horrible situation for her own benefit. Okay, but look, karma is a mug. Cause watch this,
man. You know what? And as a mother, watching her mother, I couldn't have picked a better mother.
Amen.
I ain't gonna catch like. And then
look how he says, I couldn't have picked a better mother. Well, I tell y'all, it's always about, oh, you better than her. That's how they do it. Oh, I am. Now they want to maintain that position. Oh, I'm better than her. Okay, I better go ahead and maintain that. Okay, because I want to keep the high of this adoration you're giving me. It's so weak and it works so well. But watch this. So before this happens, you see he's stroking her ego and reaffirming her that she's the best. Okay, now watch this.
That's kind of pain, mother. Man, you know what? And as a mother, watching her mother, I couldn't have picked a better mother. Amen. I ain't gonna catch like. And then that's kind of painful and kind of mean to say, because there's another woman pregnant right now by me, months in. But the way it happened was righteous. And let me say this last thing for her.
Look how that smile drop.
For all of us, is that this is just the truth.
At this moment, she knew she fucked. Okay. You see all that opportunistic jumping around you've been doing, endangering your children because you're immature and can't find no healthy way to get your needs met. You was just on a high. What happened to you? That big smile? You were just cheesing. What happened, girl? You were just smiling. Where the smile went? You went from one polygamous cult, whatever, to another. Look at her face.
You know, when me and her were together,
look at him splaining.
We loved each other. We knew what it was from the beginning. We were just very authentic. It was like we've known each other for years already. So when we finally came together on this time, it was like, where have we been this whole time? You know, we're together. It's all love. It's all good. Her house. I go to her house. I'm in my house in Mexico. I leave my house to go to Ohio to go be with her and go spend time. Get them out of there. We're gonna go to the tropics all together, right? I go there, and her house is so pristine. It's like a church. It's like you walk into a church. But this is Ohio. This is the hood. This is not. No, it's crackheads walking up and down the block. But her house is like a church. It's like a sanctuary. Beautiful. The energy, everything, even her.
Look at him explaining. That's enough of that. So anyway, you know, that's why the girls that get involved in this mess, honey, they be a certain personality type. I'm sorry. Am I saying that there's not some girls that might have truly been, you know, some type of victim, yes, that is a possibility, but that's not what it is most of the time. Most of the time, she is out of touch with reality, narcissistic, opportunistic, just like he is. So now let me tell y'all, so honey, like baby girl, I don't know what to tell you. I hope you get it figured out. I don't know what to say. Now you got 2 kids by 2 polygamists. Okay. The way y'all make the same mistakes over and over, it blows my mind. I don't know if it's the Virgo in me. Honey, Virgo, y'all sound off in the chat. You know what I'm talking about, boy. The Virgo and me, honey, I make a mistake one time. Oh, you ain't got to worry about me no more. I don't like dealing with stuff like that. Not being accountable for decisions you make and just putting yourself in the same bad situation over and over. I don't know how y'all do it. Y'all get tired, but that's why I say that y'all like it. It's what you want, at the end of the day. So now let me tell y'all one of the stories about when I was attempted to be recruited into polygamy. Now, I didn't plan on telling this story publicly, okay? Because I was just minding my business. I never had a problem with this brother, okay? Never bothered this brother, never disrespected. I never had no issue with him, and out the blue, he hit me up talking about hey, I want to enter a courtship with you to come be one of my wives. Now, I'm not the girl. I'm not the 1 or the 2 for these kind of games because I don't care about none of that, okay? The minute I hear a man talking about poly, all I see is dollar signs in my eye. You must be sitting on racks and racks to even think, okay, about coming in my face, wanting me to leave my comfy lifestyle that I created for myself. I know you must just be over there with so many racks. It's like, oh my God, please just come help me with the racks. I just know. I know you are not thinking I'm about to come bring my income and everything that I've worked for to come share a house with you and your other wives. Absolutely not. Okay. So I'm going to show y'all how you scare away the weird guys that try to recruit you for being poly, because the poly men never want the poly women because the poly women always looking musty. I don't never see, healthy, beautiful polygamous marriages where all the girls are just bad AF. I don't never see that. And if I do see it, it lasts for maybe 6 months. And then someone's doing I want to tell my story. Okay. So the poly men, y'all don't want the poly women because the poly women be kind of ashy. They be kind of musty, kind of dusty. I think it's crazy to go to a monogamous woman and try to convince her to be poly. Don't do that. Okay. And it's very interesting to me how, a man can be 5'7", talk about some poly. Sir, I hate to tell you this, but if poly was an actual thing that we practice in mass in this Western world, every man under around 6'3" would not get no play. Okay. A big part of what men realized made them desirable to women, even when they were not the biggest and strongest, was because whatever I do got, okay, it's all for you, baby. So when we speak about a time where polygamy was considered the norm, what we fail to realize is monogamy had to become a thing because all the men under 6 foot were like, hey, all the women will just choose to share the one biggest, finest man with the most money. Women aren't lining up to be polygamous with a man that's 5'7". Are you crazy? So the concept of monogamy benefits men and was created by men. All right. Otherwise, I'm telling y'all, women technically already kind of do that. Women already kind of do that. They're all after a certain percent man. They already do that. So imagine if polygamy was the norm and was the thing. That's what women would do. They would all share the biggest, strongest, biggest peened, biggest banked one. That's what they would do. So you over there, 5'7", okay, with a 6-inch peen on your best day, talking about you ain't meant to be with one woman. Sir, the lie detector determined that was a lie. There are many things as women that we are not meant to do. We're not meant to compete in the marketplace against men for money and tangibles to bring home for our families. But yet and still, here is majority of women today having to work and bring home tangible resources of income, right? So you think anybody cares? We're adults. I don't want to hear from no grown man. I don't feel as what I meant to. I don't care. Being a grown adult is about doing what you need to do, what has to do, what you have to do, what's best for the unit, not what just serves you. Okay. So I'm about to show y'all how to scare off weirdos that try to make you be polygamous. Okay. Let me, oh, hold on. Let me share this with y'all. So like I said, this brother I never had a problem with. We had a private conversation. He said something to me. I said something back to him. I'm a professional by now with this. I know how to scare them away. Okay. I ain't got to be polygamous, honey. I know what a man want. I know what he need. And I got what it take to give it to him. Okay. Ain't never been a problem. I can get and keep my own man. Period. Okay. It ain't no benefit to me to be sharing no man. I'm too much woman to share a man anyway. Okay. I need my man all to myself. All right. So y'all, please come get y'all friend. This is, ladies, this how you scare away polygamist proposals. Y'all, please watch this.
I'm telling you right now. Somebody said God is 6 footer. Let me tell y'all a story about God is 6 footer. I shot my shot at God is 6 footer, and she ain't know that I had money because I never told her. I don't shoot my shot at bitches using my money. But this bitch God is 6 footer told me. I told God at 6 footer, yo, I'm doing polygamy. What's up? I'm interested in you being one of my wives. I swear to God, this bitch God at 6 footer told me. You can ask Golden. Golden seen it. This bitch told me, if you want me to fuck with you, you better put at least $1 million in my bank account.
Did?
Mind you, I have money, but I didn't tell her that. But I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, bitch, I wanted to fuck with you because of what I thought you represented. Because you talking about you love black men and you this, that, and the third with black men. But in reality, you a money-loving, gold-digging bitch, just like everybody else. So I just want to let y'all know these fake-ass, woke, conscious bitches, fake spiritual bitches, they hot girls. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Somebody said God is 6 foot.
Big man, big vex. He's big mad. But that's my style. That's how I get down. It's a Virgo in me, honey. If I feel like you tried me, all right, I'm going to send you back even more mad. That's how I'm going to get down. If you try to get one over on me, all that energy you spend thinking you finna finesse me and get over on me, I'm going to send you packing hella angry as you are. You try to take advantage of me, I'm going to flip it back on you every time. Okay, I'm a smart girl. It doesn't work like that. It ain't had to be all this. So that's how you get rid of them. I know you ain't in my face talking about polygamy. You must have at least $1 million disposable income. That shouldn't be nothing to you. I know you lying. You can't be polygamous and be on Medicaid. You can't be polygamous and rent. It don't work like that. Polygamous equals abundance, surplus. So just that's all you gotta do. Oh, you want me to become one of your wives? So I told him, he hit me up. He said he wanted to propose a courtship to be one of his wives. I said, okay, I need a deposit of $1 million. I even explained myself to him. I was like, there's a high probability that polygamous marriages don't last. I need insurance. Like I'm literally trolling him. Even if he had admitted, honey, I wasn't going. I don't tell my. She didn't know whether I had money. I didn't know nothing about your finances. It don't matter. That's irrelevant. The point is, you're in my face asking me to be one of your wives. So I was like, you want to say something dumb like that to me? Okay, I'm just going to troll you back. That's how I get down. I need $1 million deposit to ensure that my time is not wasted, because statistically, polygamous marriage always fail. So I need to make sure me and my children are good. He got so mad. Of course you did, because not me beating you at your own game. But that's what it is. That's part of the tactic as well, is they propose it to you and then get mad, hoping that you'll be like, okay, please don't get mad. Okay, I'll do it. Honey, tell them $1 million, say some outrageous number, and then sit back and watch it burn and laugh. It should be funny. Get to know these tactics. It should be a joke to you. Like, boy, please. You see how mad he got? He not mad because, oh my God, I'm just the finest girl in the world and how can he live without me? He was mad because he attempted to manipulate and, finesse me. And I made him a joke in return. Now I got to be all kind of bees and hoes and gold diggers. Oh, why I never. So, you know, this polygamous thing, it got to stop, okay? Especially in the woke community. It's so unhealthy. Y'all taking people's daughters, mothers. Y'all are making this a joke. You know, Nature Boys compound, they were literally spreading S and the T's and the D's all around. People coming out of there with the clap, trichoniasis, what it's called, tricha something, some tricha STD. They was coming out there with the herpes. This is not a game. All wanting to have your raw peen and multiple women, honey, my body ain't set up like that. I'm gonna know right away. Okay, I can't live that way. So we need to start having these conversations and stop enabling it. This is not about, oh, you know, black man is God, he's the man. This is what we need to be doing, XYZ. It's not about that. It don't need to be done like this. Okay, this is something where if y'all really want this to be a practice, you could begin to enable future generations to normalize this and condition this and make sure they have a head start and the resources to make this happen. All right. But it's getting out of control. It's getting unhealthy. Now we got people going to jail left and right. When is enough enough? Okay. I can't tell you how many ladies I've had consultations with that have escaped these situations. So I wanted this video to, you know, give my commentary, kind of make a few jokes, but also in all seriousness, so that women can understand how to avoid these type of situations, okay? Because they are very avoidable. You should, when they come try to manipulate you, you should send them crying with their tail between their legs running away. That's how you're supposed to do it, okay? Your power and your as a woman is in your mind. Stop letting people use your powers against you. You understand? Y'all, please let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Like the video, and I will see y'all on the next one.